Good morning, everyone. This is Mrs. Holbrook, and it's good to see you. Today, we're going to start our warm up with some vowel teams. I'll do one row, and then you'll echo, and then you're going to do the other ones on your own. And look at that in the background. There's kids walking by in the hallway. One of those kids just might be you. Who knows? All right, repeat after me. AI bait A. AY play A. EIGH ate A. EI vein A. EA steak A. And you know what? I want to give you a little tip today. I have some friends at school who have certain vowel teams that they get really stuck on. So when there's one that I know they're struggling with, I have them take a post-it and draw a little picture of the sound at the top. So for example, all of those said A, right? The long A sound. So you could either label it like this, the long A sound, or you could think of something that says the long A sound. Like if you ate an apple, so maybe you'd put a little picture of somebody eating something. I don't know. And then underneath it, you could write all the ways to do that sound. So you'd write AI, AY, EIGH, EI, EA. So you could have a little sticky like this with all the sounds. And then when you go to spell a word and you hear the A sound, you can quickly look at this and be like, which one is it? And you can write them both ways and try to see what looks right or look it up in a dictionary. So sometimes having them all in one spot like this helps. It can also help you just remember all the sounds for your tests too. But the important thing isn't the tests. The important thing is spelling the words right in your writing. That's what matters. So why don't you go ahead and take a second. If you want to make a little post-it like me or a little cheat sheet with one of these sounds, you can. Or I want you to pick a row just to practice and say. So pause here and do that for your second part of your warm-up. Okay, awesome. Today we're going to be talking about suffixes. Come on over. Let's look at the suffixes that we have. All right. So we know that this side, what do we call all these ones? Vowel suffixes, right? Because they start with a vowel. And then what do we call all of these? Consonant suffixes because they start with a consonant. And that matters because it affects some of the spelling patterns. All right, let's look specifically at this one. How do we say this one? And what kind is it? It's a vowel suffix, that's right. And I'm going to write up a couple of new ones. Let me see here. So check out these. We have AL, and we pronounce this all when it's at the end, kind of like there's another L. Also a vowel suffix. And we have this one, an. So these are two special suffixes, advanced suffixes, that you haven't learned about yet. All right. They are all combinations that often end a word. They can be added to a base word, but a lot of times they're just the end of a word and it's part of the last syllable. So it's a little different. Normally, you know that base words can stand on their own, but sometimes when these are at the end, it's just part of that last syllable. I'll show you what I mean. Po, ten, sh, all. Potential. Potential. So we have that glued sound, the TI there, and then we have the suffix, the AL. So I'm going to go ahead and circle that suffix. It's not a normal suffix because that is not a word on its own. It's part of the word, but it's still considered a suffix ending. If I say, you have potential. Let me show you another one. This is a word I know that you know. What does it say? Special. Yeah. So look, we've got the CI right there, and then here's the AL. Spec. It's really like special. Special. This is 2 syllables. Special. Okay, so they're not being added to a base word, they're part of the word. Now, notice they all have something in common, don't they? We have TI, we have CI. Let's go ahead and I'll show you a few examples with the AN. Okay, so here's a word that has the AN at the end. Look, there's the TI. Oh, you can't really see it, can you? There we go. Martian, like an alien from Mars. It's got the TI, and then it's got the AN. Martian, part of that last syllable. And I'll show you one more. Elec, that's the first syllable. Trish. In. Elec. Actually, that's 2 syllables. Electrician. Electrician. So all of them have either the CI or the TI. Okay, do you notice that right before? CI, CI, TI, TI. Okay, that's pretty common that a lot of times these follow the TI or the CI. Okay, special suffixes became part of the base word when it came after those. All right, guess what? There's 2 more special suffixes that you need to learn today. Oh, wait, let me show you one with ER. You're used to ER just being added after a base word, but look at it like this. There's the CI, and then here comes the ER. Glacier. Glacier. So the ER, again, is part of the syllable. That is not a word on its own. Glacier. Cool. You ready to see some more? Okay. The other 2 suffix endings that we're learning today. OUS and ENT. And remember, we're calling these advanced suffix endings because they are not just added to base words, they're part of the word. Okay, so we pronounce this us, and we pronounce this ent. Can you say it? OUS, us, ENT, ent. Okay, let's take a look, and I'll show you some. So with OUS, here's an example of a word. CAU, here's the TI, and then OUS. Cautious. Cautious. So I'm going to go ahead and circle that suffix ending. Let me show you another one. First syllable says spay. Second syllable has the CI and then the OUS. Shus. Cautious, spacious. Okay, they both have that advanced suffix ending. And then some examples for ENT would include patient, like if you're a patient in a hospital, and efficient, to do something quickly. Notice we have the CI and the TI, and then we have the ENT. Patient, efficient, part of the syllable. All right, I think you guys have enough examples now. So let me show you something. The TI and the CI have their own special cards. Because of these sounds being part of these special syllables, we need to learn them. So we have CI, glacier, sh. Try that. CI, glacier, sh. It sounds like the digraph SH. Yes, it does. But this is usually going to come towards the end of the word, followed by one of these advanced suffixes. Here's another one. Repeat after me. TI, patient, sh. Good. So can you believe it? We now have 3 ways to do the SH sound, don't we? CI, TI, and SH. All right. If you want to, in your student notebook, in the very beginning, where all the sound sections are, so this is on page 3, these are the very last sounds that you're going to be learning this year, CI and TI, if you want to color those to help you remember them. Okay. And then in your notebook, we are going to flip to the back where we have all of our sound-alikes. We are going to learn 4 new sound-alike words today. So I want you to go ahead and go to the S's. They all start with S. And if you look on page 105, you will find it. So you should be on page 105 with me. And our first pair of words is side and side. See if you can find those 2 sides. Side with a vowel consonant E, right here, S-I-D-E. That just means like the surface of an object, the side of something. And then look at our next side, it's right below it. What's the base word? Sigh. Can I hear everybody do a sigh? Ah. And then it's got the suffix ending ed, so you did it in the past. And that side is just taking in and letting out a deep breath of air. She sighed. All right, so I'm going to put this nice and close so that you can go ahead and copy down those definitions. Pause it right here so that you can copy these definitions in your notebook. Okay, so we'll do 2 more and then we'll get our whiteboards and practice the meanings. Go ahead and turn right to the next page and you're going to find our other words. Straight and straight. There are 2 kinds of straight. I want you to find them and tell me what parts are spelled the same and what parts are spelled differently. The STRA is I is the same. One has the GHT and one just has T. So the one with the GHT is talking about a direction, and it's a direction that goes in one direction only. A direction that only goes in one direction. Kind of a weird definition, but basically if you're going straight, you're only going in one direction. You're not moving, you're not zigzagging, you're just going straight. And then right below it, the other straight is a thin body of water that meets up with 2 bigger bodies of water. And I'll show you a picture of that in a minute. Okay, here's the definitions for you to copy. Straight with a GHT is the direction, going straight, and straight with the AIT is the body of water. Pause right here, please, and get these down, and then I'm going to show you an example of a straight. Okay, pause on this. All right, let me show you an example of a straight. I will type it into Google. Then you can see that definition right here. It's a narrow passageway of water connecting 2 seas or 2 other large water areas. Okay, so let me make it a little bit bigger. So you can see here's the 2 big water areas and here's the narrow part. That's the strait. And the Strait of Gibraltar is a very famous strait. Let's take a look at the map. And you can see this strait is right here. So here are our 2 bodyways of water. Let me zoom out a little bit so you have a better reference. All right, we have Europe and we have Africa. And this is a very famous strait right here that connects these bigger seas. It connects the Atlantic Ocean over here and the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, so the last thing that I would like to note from you is I'm going to say a word and you tell me which version of the word it is. Here's my sentence. I am going to send you straight to the principal's office. Which straight is that? How would you spell it? That's the one with the GHT. Okay. How about this sentence? She sighed when she saw that it was raining and she wanted to play outside. Which side is that? The one with the ED at the end, the base word and the ED. Awesome, guys. Okay, we'll keep practicing everything we learned today over the next few days. See you then.